Continuing on the three-stage intake manifold install. We stopped last night. Well, I stopped last night about 11:30. We were working on it for about 3.5 hours. It was very, very hot. And honestly, I feel like maybe I should have done a little bit more last night, but it's all good. It's not too hot right now. We are in the shade. So we got about, I would say we got a couple hours left. I got everything set up. We're gonna have to do this. We're gonna have to do this in 2 parts. We're going to have to install everything onto the new manifold. So I'm gonna show everybody how to do that real quick. And then we gotta put the manifold in, get it all bolted up. There's a few things that have to be connected in certain order. And then after that, I don't know if I'm gonna stop the live stream and get ready for another one for the tune, because I'm gonna have to bring out my big screens from my office to be able to get a picture for my computer from my computer to be able to tune. So basically, we're gonna get the first part done and then we're gonna dig into the second part. So welcome you guys. We had like an amazing stream last night. I appreciate everybody. We had like 15,000 views. We'll definitely beat that today. And without further ado, I'm gonna take this over to outside so you guys can see what we're working on. I just wanted to start it off in the office, make sure my sound is working. And let me just check here real quick. I'm gonna make sure my sound is working, make sure it says excellent connection, and okay, we're good. All right, so let's go outside and start working on this guy. Okay, we're good. And I'm gonna catch everybody up in the stream that's brand new, and I'll show you guys where we're at. So let's hop back in. We're going back outside, and we're gonna get this going early before it gets too hot, because we're in Vegas here. Jason, welcome from Australia. Welcome, man. We're getting ready to do some work. We got the phone charged. It's like 105 degrees outside. I'm not even kidding. It's 105 degrees already, but it's okay because we're in the shade right now. And here's what we got going, y'all. All right, so to bring you guys up to speed, if you're brand new, where we're at here is we were doing the 3-stage intake on a BMW E90. It's actually it's a 2006 E90 with the N52. And usually you just replace the intake with the DISAs, you tune it, you get that 50 extra horsepower. But what we discovered on this guy is that when I pulled the intake, all the bolts were sheared off from the motor mount. These guys were all sheared off. Every single one of the bolts was sheared, so the engine was sitting like 6 inches lower. So I had to wait for the bolts to come in. Last night's stream, we got everything lined up. We got the arm out. We put everything in. It's torqued properly. So now we can actually, we can get rid of the engine hoist. We don't need that anymore. The engine should like completely hold itself up. And so here's what we got right here. So we have, this is the previous manifold that came out of the car. You can see like the CCV hose is just dead. Like what did they do? Like wrap it in tape or something. This is the old CCV unit and everything else. So what we're gonna have to do is transfer all this stuff onto our manifold. We're putting in these BMW DISAs right here. And I'll show you guys. So the way you can tell if the DISA is good is you look for the pin. You see the pin at the end. And if there's no play in your DISAs, if it doesn't move, then you know that you are good to go and they're ready to be installed. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna transfer all the old parts off of the intake onto our new intake, our new fresh clean intake, install our DISAs, and then we got to get ready to put it back in the car. So that's going to be And honestly, I think I can move this out of the way now. I don't think I need this at all. I don't think this engine's gonna come down at all here. So we should be good to just lower this guy. See? Beautiful. Let's go, chat. Welcome, you guys. Is that BMW big Mexican women? Right? All right, so let's just get this guy out of here. We don't need this one anymore. We fixed the initial, we fixed the big hold up to the problem. Now our engine sits normal. We don't need this in here either for your engine lift. And now let's get our intake build. I'm gonna try to get the best shots I can for you guys. But I gotta put some gloves on too, because I'm not trying to get super dirty right now. We got our bolts over here. And I'm just gonna try to set this up. Here, I'm gonna move this out of the way for right now. We have very limited space on this desk here. So let's just get this guy, and then we'll transfer over the CCV and everything. So let me just set this right here. Hey, One Love, what's up, dog? How you doing, bro? Yes, sir, we added again, man. We added again. Get this bad boy together. It yesterday didn't quite work out because the dealership sent my parts to get delivered, and I was supposed to pick them up from the dealership. So I had to wait till 2 o'clock to get the bolts. And I was planning on working on it about this time, because right now the weather's not too bad. So, all right. So we need we want to put some silicone. We want to put some silicone grease on this guy, just a little bit, to help pop it in. Right here. And then we're obviously just going to line up our DISA, push it in, make sure it's seated. And then this is where your bolts. And it is I believe it's a T20, or it could be a T25. Let me look. I think it's a T25 though. There's one more bolt. Let's see here. Is it yeah, T25. So we're gonna put these guys in. They don't have to be in crazy tight. I think it's like 15 Newton meters for the torque. We could torque them. It's not really that. It's not really that important on this thing. Just want to make sure that they're nice and seated. Actually, this extension might be a little bit long for this. So I'm just going to run it down. And then I always like to do my, I like to do it by feel on some things. This is one that's like, put this guy in right here. Bada bow. You can feel it grabbing. You can feel it grabbing. If you haven't been working on cars for very long, you got to get used to the by feel thing and just use a torque wrench. Like I said, I think it's like 15 Newton meters for this. This is good. There we go. There we go. It's plastic, so you don't want to go too crazy. Let's see here who we got in the chat here. We got, I can't even tell. Hey, Glenn, what's up, G? I can't even, oh, we got 34 people in the chat. I thought we had one person in the chat. Hey, Jack, what's up, dog? Let's go, baby. He said, love that front bumper. That's the one you went for, the E90 Ruthless. Welcome to the stream, bud. Welcome to the stream. Let's see here. Okay, so we got the first Dissa in. Easy money, nice and flush, everything good to go. So let's do the same for our second Dissa. The second one, all the bolts are really, really short for this one. So we're gonna do we're gonna blow it off here a little bit, put some more silicone grease. I already cleaned the Dissa, and I cleaned the intake. So this guy's good to go. This will just like help it go in. Boom. Slide in like this. Press it down. There we go. She's flush. Good to go. And let's get some of our extra bolts over here. It's all these size ones right here. The only two bolts for the other side is the ones that are irregular. There's like one long one, and then one really long one, and then one semi long. So you want to do like caddy corner to pull it down, and then obviously for the final thing, I'm just gonna like screw it in because I know what it's supposed to feel like. That's good. That's good. There we go. All right. Sweet. And this piece on our engine was bent, so we'll keep this new one on the Dissa. This will help us a lot. And then we want to attach our bracket here. And this one is for our wires. So we'll just throw these guys on here. Hold on one second. And I'll look at the chat in just a second, y'all. Give me 1 second. We're like working at the same time, you know what I'm saying? All right. Perfect. Good to go. Now, since we're not sure about this heating sensor element that is coming out of the car, and we know the one in his car was working, we're going to pull that next. And it is a T25. Now, sometimes these are in here like crazy. This thing is a really, yep, it's gonna be one of those, huh? And we can just carefully pop this guy out. These things are really, really, really in here. It's tough sometimes. Bruh. Ah. Just take your time, and voila. Yeah, this is actually, I think this might be a new part because the O-ring is pretty soft. Usually, if these things are bad, the O-ring will be like super hard. So this might have been replaced at the dealership already. He said, "Is that a Milwaukee brake cleaner?" Right. Let's take a look at the other intake and see what condition the other one is, because this one actually looks pretty good. But this is a recall item right here. Let me see if I can show you guys. This is a BMW recall item on all E90s and E92s and everything. I think from like 2000, I want to say 2006 to 2011. This is, hey Smurfy, what's up, dog? Yeah, this is a recall item right here. So basically, these things, like, if these things don't work proper, they will go off and they can cause a fire. And so that's the reason BMW replaces them. But what's crazy about this is that they have not come up with a new design. So all they do is they take your car apart and put a new one of these in here, which has the same fire issues as before. I pointed this out like 2 years ago, and I don't think they've really come up with a fix. But let's compare the two and see what we got. So here's the manifold that's coming out of, that came out of the car. So first we want to look at the CCV. Now, because this CCV line is so freaking old, I would venture to say that this is an old CCV. Like, if they didn't replace this line, then this ain't no new CCV. This line looks okay, but I think the one that we're getting off the swap is way better. All right. You didn't miss much, bro. Well, you did, because we fixed the motor mounts. We fixed the motor mounts. So this guy, the CCV is only held in with, like, I believe it's 3. There's 3 bolts that hold the CCV in. And you can see they're all the same size, so it's like, can't really mess that up. We'll just keep it with the bracket. And now the CCV will easily come out. And we got to come over here with our pick tools and get this guy off, because this one is actually a pain in the ass to get off, these little hoses right here. He said, why fix it when you can make money with the ones that don't know? Yeah, bro, for reals. It's kind of crazy. Honestly, it is kind of crazy. And it's like it's still like a fire hazard. That's what doesn't make sense. Is they haven't put a super session part on it, and I'm like, bro, no super session part. So they just put the same one that had the fire hazard before. All right, so with these guys, these ones are in very, very tight. So I'm gonna put a pick tool on both sides of this to kind of defeat this thing, and then I'm just gonna kind of slowly. Some of these are in here like crazy, dude. Some of them. This one might, maybe I'll work on this one first. And this is the reason that you get the real BMW hose, because this is how like strong this connection has to be. If it's not this tight, then you could have like vacuum leaks and stuff. All right, there's our first one. Like I said, there's like a little tab in here that you kind of have to defeat. I don't even think they have a tool for this. It's just, oh, bro. This one is like seized in here, dude. Come on. Come on, baby. Come on. Come on. Bro. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Yeah, this one is really freaking tight. Ah! Damn it. Fucker. Yeah, that's what happens, chat. Just freaking slice my freaking finger open. That's how tight that fucking thing is in there. I need a new glove. Damn, bro. Look at that, chat. Woo! Oh, and I need to get a towel. Damn, that shit sliced the shit out of my thumb. Ah. Damn. And see, this is why you wear gloves, chat. This is why you wear gloves, because you never know when just something as simple as just getting this little guy off of here, and it just dug into my hand like crazy bad right now. Yeah, she tight, bro. She tight. Holy shit, dude. That hurt a little bit, bro. Bastard. That was a deep gouge, too. All right, I'm going to put another glove over it, and we'll deal with the bleeding over later on. Yeah, she's pouring blood, though. She's freaking pouring blood. Is what it is. Get them likes up, y'all. We're bleeding for y'all on the stream. Literally bleeding for y'all. Ah, bastard, bro. That hurt. All right. Anyway, is what it is, bro. Is what it is. We just keep on moving on. All right. So we got one more. I don't even know, like, if the pick tool dug into my hand or whatever. So this guy is routed to the back one over here. So we're just going to pull this whole assembly off, just like this. So now we have the old CCV system off, and we're going to get the new one. And before we attach it to our new, manifold, we're going to get the new parts, make sure everything is lined up. Oh my gosh, that freaking hurt, bro. That sucked. That sucked, chat. That definitely sucked. All right, so here's our replacement. Here's our replacement piece. If you guys want the part number, this is the part number. This is the one for the this is the Febby Bilstein. So that's the part number for this one. I've had good luck with these guys. And the thing is, like, if you don't get the cheap Chinese on Amazon, bro, because what happens is their manufacturing process are off just a little bit, and if your hoses don't snap in place and lock in, you will have misfires on the car like crazy. So don't go cheap when it comes to that at all. And this is here's the BMW part. Here's the BMW part for the CCV, the hose that goes to the back of the valve cover. And we got BMW for that one. And you can see, here's the old hose. Look at the difference, y'all. Here's the new hose with the protector and everything. And here's the old hose that is just like completely dead to the world, dude. Honestly, that thing is super dead to the world. So obviously we want to mimic the angle of this guy. So we're just gonna get this one over here. And because if you don't mimic the angle, it's really difficult to put this thing back in there. So this is, I'm giving you guys some massive game right here. Welcome, Vajon, welcome to the stream. Welcome everybody to the stream. If you guys are just joining, I'm showing you guys all the steps to upgrade your BMW E90 or E92 with the 3-stage. So I'm putting on some O-ring grease to help our O-ring that's right here. And I'm gonna mimic this angle right here. So we're just gonna pop it on. Boom. Now see, that's when it's good. When it's good, see how it locked in? We know that this isn't gonna come undone. And then we just mimic the angle, boom. Just like that. So this one is good to go. Same thing with this other hose, which I kind of like the one that we got off the other intake. So we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna mimic the angle, put this other hose on there, and oh man, that freaking hurt though, man. I can feel the blood underneath my glove. It's okay though. Pain is temporary, winning is forever. All right, so this one, I kind of want to clean this old hose out with some brake clean though. Just so we have because it's still a good hose. This one, it looks like they replaced it pretty soon. Way sooner than the one, because the one that we ordered wasn't quite the right one. So I think Smurf had the same thing, man. It's like it said it would fit. It said it would fit, and then it. There we go. Look at all that. Look at all that impurities coming out of there. Man, bro. Here, let's not get that on the car. Let's not get that on the. There we go. Good to go, baby. Good old brake clean. Oh, shit. Sorry, guys. Hold on. My gimbal died. I'm getting a new gimbal today, y'all. So we're not going to have to deal with this, like, funky phone / gimbal setup too much longer. I'm getting a DJI today, so I can't deal with this whole thing. We got 114 people in the chat. Welcome, welcome. He said use brake cleaner for your finger. Yeah, that's probably not going to work. That one's probably not going to work. All right. So now that we got this one on here, this will be good. Oh, bro, are you serious? All right, anyway. So I'm just going to snap this guy on here. Boom, mimic an angle. You see we have full connection, so it's not going to come undone. So now we can get ready and transfer our CCV onto the 3-stage. Although I'm just trying to debate, you know what? Let's see what the other sensor. See, we got the CCV part taken care of. We don't want to lose the bolt, but we got that part taken care of. So now we got to take off this sensor right here. And we're going to have to take off this little fusible bracket over here too. So let's get this guy first. Damn, my finger's hurting. Welcome to the stream, everybody. Sorry, I'm trying to like stay up with you guys while we're doing this live. And my gimbal is really providing me some issues today. It keeps dying and we're not even doing anything like crazy. It's like, come on. Hopefully it didn't die permanently. There we go. Maybe I'll just like hang the mic down there. Maybe that'll help it. We got 122 people in the chat. Let's go, baby. Let's go. You guys liking the content? Make sure you like. All right, so same as usual. We're gonna pull this sensor. And since we know this came out of a running car, well, I think we should just put this guy back in. We'll put this in the new manifold. Because you never know if the sensors are good or not. Come on, baby. These things are in here too, bro. Come on, baby. Carefully. We wiggle it out. Freaking. I'm just using my screwdriver. Holy shit, dude. Bruh. Holy crap, dude. This thing is in here pretty good, dude. That O-ring does not want to give up. Come on. Holy shit. I think it's getting close, but holy crap, bro. This thing is in here good. Just got to take your time and be patient with it. I think it's coming, but it is really holding on for dear life. Let it go. It's coming out. Holy shit, dude. This thing is crazy in here. Bruh. Wow. Bro. That was crazy, dude. That was crazy, y'all. He said, close your eyes and just listen to the audio. Oh, you're stupid. Smurfy is starting it off weird, bro. Come on. All right. Bro, that was not very fun. All right. So we got this one out. I'm going to stick with this one because this one was so much more difficult. And I'm just going to put some O-ring grease back on our O-ring. And then we're also going to, we're going to spray off, see like all this like goo. We're going to clean the sensor. Actually, I kind of want to throw some, we're going to throw some brake clean on this sensor to clean it out before we put it back in. Let's see here. Oh, bro, did I just say that? Ah, Smurfy, you're rubbing off on me, bro. What the hell? I said clean it off before we put it back in, dude. Oh, that's so funny. Okay, anyway, we got the sensor cleaned up. Everything good to go. But about 138. He said punching a big hole in the old loaf. Is that what he said? Oh my gosh. The stream is getting crazy today. All right, so. Damn, bro. The wind just blew all my shit away. Luckily, I don't think we need that box, so we're just gonna. And then actually, hold on, off camera, I'm just gonna like clean out this sensor hole really quick. Oh shit, almost got some brake clean in my eyes. All right, there we go. There we go. Let me get my, whoa, shit. All right, y'all. So now that we got this guy, we can put our old sensor with the O-ring grease. It should slide a lot easier, and there's a tab over here. There we go. See how easy that was with the O-ring grease, bro? I'm telling you. Bro. All right, so let's just attach this guy real quick. Let me see if you guys can see what I'm doing. Oh, yeah, you can pretty much see what I'm doing. There we go. Like I said, once again, I will do it by feel. And I'm probably going to need like a little bit of an extension for this. All right, so we got the discs in. There we go. This is good. This is good. All right, next step. You guys can see that the CCV is off of here, so somebody pulled it off, but we need to take this bracket off to mount the new one. So I'm just gonna break it loose a little bit. Let's get this old CCV out of the way. We really don't even need it anymore. Give us a little bit more room right here. Let me see if you guys can see what I'm doing. We got 107 people. We got the DISA valves in there, yes sir. All right. We're gonna go over here. I'll put a link in the chat at the end of this for the ones that I actually would trust on Amazon. My buddy put them in his car. Mr. Smurf, we put him in his car and he hasn't had any issues in like 9 months, so that's kind of good. All right, so see this bracket? This guy comes off of here, and now we get ready to mount. We get ready to mount our new CCV unit up in the mix here. We take off these plugs. We take off these little plugs, and now we just have to see how this guy kind of lines in here. Let's see, where's our plug at? Let's see here. Hold on. I got to see how that other one came out of there. There we go. There we go. That's what I needed. Let's see here. And this is our vacuum line here. So we're just going to get this guy kind of in here. I think I'm going to remove this plug because I don't think that that's on the other one. Let me check really quickly. Yeah, I did not see. That was not on the other one. So we just have to kind of upgrade this guy. This is our plug right here. Before I line these other hoses up, we want to get this guy lined in correctly. See, there's our, see the bracket? It lines in with these guys right here. There's another one over there. That's how you know that you got the CCV in right. Oh, we got this. We got one more. There we go. There's like another clip up here too. Damn it. There's like two clips that you got to get right here. There we go. Like that. Press it in. And I believe we have one that's going to come down. And let's see what we got going on here. No, this is the bent one. We don't want the bent one. We want the other one. I got to find the other one. This is the one we want. See how it's bent here? We don't want that. We're going to transfer these right here. So this is going to be the one that we put in first. Screw this guy in. There we go. And now we route this guy right here, our bracket. This little piece plastic is broken, but they're always broken, so it's like not really a big deal. So we're gonna run this over here. Boom. Cheddar chow. Let me get this guy. Come on. There we go. And I'm just gonna do the final. Like I said, if you're just starting this and you've never worked on cars before, you could use, you could do the torque wrench. I think these are like 15 Newton meters, but since I've been doing it for a while, I know what the torque is. That's either a fly in my armpit. I think it was. Freaking fly, bro. Come on. All right. So now we have to put our bracket over here for the old engine. So let me grab that. I mean, from our old intake. And that's where all our lines plug into. All right. Here we go. All right, so here's the CCV bracket right here. And we're gonna plug both of these guys in here. Let me take a look at the chat. What are you guys saying? Welcome, SST AutoWorks. Welcome to the stream. Abdamra, I can't even spell that. Welcome to the stream. Kumat, what's up, dog? Welcome back, bro. We got another DIY banger, bro. Everybody always wants to learn how to do this, so I figured we do another stream on the process. Don't cut anything out. And doing this yourself, you're gonna save a shit ton of money. Because obviously you see how many steps and stuff that we have to do for this. Like, shops charge a lot for this. All right, so this guy goes in our N1, plugs in. Then we get ready to put the other hoses in. So we got that part done. Now, once again, we're going to put some O-ring grease on these guys. Boom, just a little bit, just to help it out. Same with this one. And just line up our hoses. Make sure you hear them snap. Boom, that one snap. Feels like it almost didn't, but I heard it snap. There we go, snap, snap. Now we are vacuum leak free on this part. The next thing that I notice on this guy is I noticed that one of my pins, for some reason, I noticed one of the pins, the press pieces is missing. So we gotta just knock that out of the old manifold. They just press in there, and we'll just get like a screwdriver and we should be able to just knock one of these guys right out. So let me just, I think the screwdriver might be a little too big, but I think that screwdriver is too big. There we go. Boom. Now I just get some pliers, pull this guy out. What's really weird is that, well, why is it missing? There we go. Bada bow. Now we just come back over to our piece. Always got to pay attention to when you're working on the car, you know, if something doesn't look right. There we go. Ciao, ciao. We are good to go. And now we have all our pieces. So the next thing that we want to do is we got to trace this box that the wind just blew over here, because it was taken off with our O-rings. And it was taken off with our throttle body gasket. So, sorry guys. All right, so now we got to replace the intake seals, which is a pretty easy process. Let me see here who we got in there. It said, not just German cars, your Focus SVT is horrible to work on. Am I busy with the N54? I work on a lot more N52s. The N54, honestly, so obviously the N54 is more, you can get more power from them, but the N52 seems to be so freaking reliable. Everybody that I know that's got an N52, we haven't had anything like major issue. All right, so we just take out these old seals, and I can just tell right away that these haven't been replaced. They feel not brittle, but they're not like super soft. When you get the new seals, they should be pretty soft. So we got the Victor Reinz right here, Victor Reinz. Boom. Oh shit, you guys can't even see what I'm doing. Here's the Victor Reinz. Am I happy? Oh, busy. I'm reading that one again. All right, and then when you put the intake seals, make sure they're lined up and pressed in all the way, or you're gonna have vacuum leaks. If you got vacuum leaks, you're gonna have engine misfires and everything. So you don't want that. Just make sure that they're nice and pressed in. I can't really I don't know how good this shot is, but I'm just like working them around until they're completely flush in their piece, and then we'll move on to the next part here. Cha cha chow. We got one more to go. I think there might be one more bracket on this guy, and we can start getting ready to change our recording equipment and get ready to show you guys the angle of like putting the intake in. All right, so we're pretty good here. Let me just double check this guy. All right, see, we almost forgot. We got this sensor right here. So we gotta pull, I'm gonna pull that sensor really quick off camera, because everything else except for our little bolt that holds our our fuel line. Everything else is off of the old intake. There we go. It's a little loose, but all right. So now we got our sensor. The question is, which way did it go? Oh, you know what? It has to go this way because that's a good question. I don't think it's this way because that would be down. I don't know. We'll find out, chat. I think that's right. I need to look at my sensor real quick. Let's go look at my sensor real quick. I need a little 2-second refresher on which way this sensor is pointing. Oh, it is pointing down. Okay. That's what's nice having an M52 all built in the back. See, we would have like installed that sensor backwards. You never know, man. Even if you work on cars for a long time, you can always just do like one little mistake that'll cost you a lot of extra time. So that's why we always double check. That's why we always double check our work to make sure we don't do anything like that. That one's good. That one's good. All right, everything else is good. We just want to put our, let's see here, this guy is our fuel clip that it was supposed to be attached to the fuel line. And this is not even the right, this is not the right, well, actually maybe it is. It's a 25. It's a T25. Hold on one second. I'm like trying to see where, this really doesn't matter right now until we get to that point anyway. So I guess I can just set it in here. Because they broke the clip off of it. This is supposed to like lock on to the fuel line. But I think they replaced the fuel line, so. All right, so we got our intake. Let me take a look at our power on the phone. Okay, we're looking pretty good. So we got our intake, we got our seals in. We have everything on the intake installed. And we got the wind blowing away parts again. Is that a brand new part? Oh, no, okay, that's just an empty bag. Oh yeah, if you guys want the part number for the BMW, here's the intake seal. So here's the part number for you guys too. I'm gonna throw this in the trash. So I'm not littering in the neighborhood. The wind is literally just trying to blow all my stuff away right now. I can probably throw this box away, get this out of the way, and let me set up what I need to do for a decent camera shot for you guys. Get rid of all the things that I don't really need right now, so I can clear the workbench, because obviously it's very, very limited room where we're at. Here, oh shit, that's the wrong. Oh man, I think the wind blew my cap somewhere, bro. We'll just deal with that later. We'll deal with that later. Hopefully I don't have an open tube. I know the wind blew it away. Oh, there it is, I found it. All right, so we got the cap. Everything good to go. Bear with me, y'all. We just getting set up for our next scene. Obviously, we're not gonna reuse any of these other O-rings. We can throw the old CCV away because that is now garbage. And now let's line up. Let me line up our let me line up our toolbox so we can try to get you guys a good shot. That's not really that great. There we go. Boom. Jason. Oh, Ramon, welcome, welcome, bro. Preventative part replacement. Yes, sir. Fix one things and 4 others go wrong. They're a real pain to stay. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Damn, chat's been going crazy, man. All right, so we continue on. I want to bring a light over here so you guys can see what I'm doing. Let me see here. I'm just trying to figure out. I need another extension cord. So, well, I might be able to plug this light in. I think it needs a longer cord, but maybe we can make it work. Just trying to get you guys a little bit better shot. Let me see if this will work right here. I think that could work. That could work. I'll just put this guy like right here. Damn, I don't like that though. It's right against the vacuum line. That could be very bad. Let me see if I can get this. I'm pretty okay with that. That's not too bad. All right, so the next thing that we want to do, now that we got the area ready to go, I'm going to remove my towels that have been protecting the open intakes, and we're going to clean really quickly with some degreaser, not degreaser, with the brake clean and some towels. Just clean the mating surface of our head, and then we'll get ready to install the intake. Am I going to Westside Wednesdays? Yes, sir. Mr. Ramon, yes, sir, bro. I will be there tonight. Going live from the Wednesday meet as usual. Try to get there. I'm going to try to get there a little earlier tonight. The new crib, you know, starting to get everything's starting to come into play, and the move in is starting to get a little bit more relaxed now. Had a few things to deal with. All right, so let me see if I can get, is this a good enough spot for you guys? I don't know if you can see really what I'm doing. Yeah, that's not too bad. Let's get them likes up, man. We only got 14 likes, bro. We have 15K on the stream. We got to get at least 25K on the stream today. All right, so I'm just going to remove all my towels, and we're just going to put some brake clean on a brand new towel. And we just want to wipe as much of this previous. We could go over this like with like a little like Dremel polish piece, but honestly, I really don't think we need to. It's more about just making a good surface. The brake clean works wonders. See how clean that gets? Yeah, the brake clean works wonders, bro. And I want to put those studs back in too, because those were the only reason we removed them, to get the intake off, and it shouldn't have even been that serious. All right, let's go. That's pretty good. And let me show you the difference with the M52 really quick. Let me get my flashlight. Let me show you the difference between the M52 motor. So this one I think has 143,000 miles. And this is the difference between the M54 and M52. Y'all see how clean those valves look? The cylinder looks good. There's a little bit of shit in there, but for the most part, our valves look great. The everything is super clean. If you got an M54, That'll be completely crusted in carbon, like crazy amounts of carbon, because that's how like much the turbo. He said, I'll keep your old gimbal, right? I got you, bro. It's the pass downs. I got you, I got you. Are you using the toolboxes I gave you yet, bro? I hope you are. Let's see here. Hold on, so now we have to install we have 3 studs to put back in, and if I remember correctly, it's these 3 right here. And you shouldn't normally have to remove these, but because our engine was sitting so low, and this is one that you don't want to do with a drill, because we're going into aluminum, and we don't want to strip it out. So I'm just going to be very, very, very careful. You can see, like, obviously it's in the right spot. There we go. Boom. Beautiful. Like I said, you shouldn't have to remove these studs. The only reason we had to, are these different size? No way. Oh, okay. I was going to say, do not use a drill at this stage, because you do not want to I do want to make sure that we're putting all the studs back in the right spot right now. We only had 3 studs to remove, but I want to double check on my car and see where they're at. I swear these ones are like, but I'm pretty sure it's this. I'm pretty sure it's this order right here. Well, like I said, we'll double check in just a second. There we go. All right, let's go check on my car and make sure that those placements, you'll be able to see the top of the studs since my hood is open. So we got 1, 2, and 3, correct. All right, that is the proper placement. All right, that is the proper placement. All right, so now becomes the fun. Now we have to weasel this intake into the spot. We have a locked-in vacuum line. We got a locked-in vacuum line over here, which is going to be fun. We have to remember that there is this guy that has to go in, this one has to plug in, this one has to plug in, and then we also have the one on the back of the valve cover, and they all have to be kind of plugged in while we're slowly but surely installing it. So, all right, let's just do it. Let's just do it and get it over with. Everything else is looking good on here, though. I don't know if there's enough room to, get my hands up in here if I line it up with the cylinder. But I have to like route this guy over here. This is the reason that you routed those. And it has to get up over this. It has to get up over this, and we have to connect that one on the bottom of our CCV. So we're just kind of doing this in the order that we took it out, and that should be fine. I probably should have just disconnected this wire off the fuse block, but it's okay. Oh, come on, bitch. And my O2 sensor cable is getting in the way right now. There we go. Slowly bring her in. Now the question is, we have to get all those lines hooked up to the back, and it's gonna be really hard to do it from right there. So I think I'm gonna just try to get it right here from underneath. I feel something hooking. Ah, it's this freaking vacuum line again, bro. There we go, there we go, there we go. All right, so we're just gonna flip this bitch around because this is the block that we need to hook up. So this is where it gets a little interesting. I gotta run in here, grab this guy, which is the one on the, let's see here, that's the one on the front. All right, that one's good. This one is going to be, let's see, transmission was the one on the second one, I believe. Oh, come on. I can like see it sideways a little bit here. There we go. Boom. Okay, she snapped in. Beautiful. Now we have two more. No, we only have one more. We have one more, and it's this line right here. All right, all four are snapped in. Now we have to turn this guy around, and we also have to lock in. This is where it gets fun. We got to lock in this other hose because now we're connected down here. And we got to route this to the other hose. Remember that hose that's down here? That guy. Let me put this underneath here. Wiggle this guy over a little bit. And now we got to try to hook up that other hose to our piece down here. There we go, there we go. Come on, come on, come on. It has to clear the starter. And I believe let's see here. Is it underneath the starter? I think it goes underneath the starter cable. And then we're gonna snap it in. All right. All right, chat. All right, so let me show you what I was doing here. You guys can see you have to get your hand in there, lock in that hose on the back of the CCV after the starter cable, after you've already gotten those other lines in. So now we got all that in. That's looking good. All right, so now we have 3 more lines that are going to be a pain in the ass. We have our DISA lines, which we didn't have hooked up before. And we also have, there's another line here. Okay, we got to bring our O2s up through here. And we also, there's 2 other lines here. So we got to find our DISA cables. All right, so there's one DISA connector. Here's number 2 DISA. Okay, this is the line that goes to our sensor. So we got to route this over here in the back and plug in our sensor. So that's the first one. Next one, we have to find the longest DISA cable out of these 2. So see the longest one? And then this is the little protective mechanism that they have here. Can you guys see what I'm doing? All right, yeah, you can kind of see what I'm doing. All right, so this is it's a slant 6. Okay. Oh, you've been working, bro. Dr. Cage, yes, sir. We're back on it. All right, so when you guys are doing this swap, you have to take this protective piece off of here. And it's just a little sheath protector. Boom, like that. And we're gonna look for the longer one because the longer one is for the DISA in the back. Right here. So you see the longer one? Boom. That's for our DISA in the back. So this is going to route, let me get this. This is going to route under the vacuum line over here, and then we're going to carefully plug it into the DISA after we line this guy. It's almost lined up though. This guy's really, really, really close. You can see like the tight fit that we have to deal with here. And then we're gonna route you're gonna route your O2 cables through the first port right here and bring them around. And now we're going to just carefully get this guy. It's gonna be, see, we still gotta clear this alternator here. Gonna pull this up. We're super close though. It's like, there we go, there we go, there we go. All right. And now I'm gonna try to get, where'd that cable go that I routed in here? Where are you, baby? I lost it, hold on. It is, there's that one. There's the short one. And the longer cable went somewhere. Oh, there it is. All right, here's the longer cable. So now that we got that to clear right there, we're gonna come around, bring this around, and plug this into our DISA, like that. Ciao, ciao. All right, so there we go. Here's the routing of it. Here's the routing of it. We plugged it into our back DISA. We got our temperature plugged in as well. We have our O2s routed. And now we can safely get this guy to lock onto the cylinder head. YD, what's up, dog? All right, so now we're gonna bring our O2 sensor over here a little bit. I'm gonna just carefully wiggle this guy on, and boom, like that. Now we are flush and we can get ready. Now we're flush and we can get ready to put our bolts in and torque our intake manifold. It's really important at this step to torque your manifold so you don't have any intake leaks at all, or else you're gonna have misfires, the car's not gonna run properly, all that good stuff. So let's get ready and put our pieces in. It's 11 millimeter for both the nuts and the bolts. So we're just gonna first initially run these down from the inside out, and then we're going to torque them down. Peter, what's up, brother? Welcome back to the stream. If you guys are just new, joining, welcome, welcome. Like, subscribe, all the usual, you know, this is what we do. We show you guys the live action. And with this one, we want to run all these down, make sure these are all going on perfectly before we run them down with the drill. And we have, like, I believe it's 3 nuts and 4 bolts. Remember, they're 11 millimeter. Boom. And we're gonna start on the inside out. This hose is gonna get in our way a little bit in the last bolt, but that's why we don't connect it. We don't connect it. See, I gotta move the intake a little bit until I feel it. See, it's not grabbing yet. There we go. There we go. Now she's grabbing. Now these ones, we just want to be careful with these. Get these. Don't drop your nuts or you're going to have to pull your intake all the way back out. All right, so first we're going to start. I should be able to do this on camera. Let me get my drill. We're going to start. We're going to run it down in 2 stages. We're going to run this guy down in 2 stages. You were in the stream? Nice, brother. Welcome. Yeah, I remember. All right, so we're gonna run these down in 2 stages. So we're gonna start the middle one, and we're just gonna bring it down like that, boom. Right here, run it down. Right here, run it down. Boom. We don't wanna give it very much power at all. See, as soon as it starts, oh, that, we already did that one. Boom, right there, boom. Why is that one not even lifted? What's going on with that one? Oh, this isn't the right one. We're trying to throw an intake. I mean, we're trying to throw a throttle body. There we go. See how close it looked? There we go. Boom. And then the last one, move this guy out of the way. There we go. All right, that's our first round. So these are supposed to be 15 Newton meters, which I forgot how many inch pounds that is. So we got to set our torque wrench. This is really important. Some things I don't torque. This is one that you want to torque, 100%. He said, how's the 335 coming along? It's not 335, it's 325, but we're moving along pretty good. We got the motor mount fixed. We're getting the intake in right now. We got the discs installed. We're moving along nicely here. So I bought this a long time ago from actually Home Depot, and this thing has actually served me pretty well. So we want to adjust it down to 15 Newton meters. Let's see, where's my light at? My eyes. This thing only goes up to 22, so let me find out where my 15 mark is. Where is my 15 mark? It's kind of bright out here. 19, that's 18. We want to bring it down a little bit before 15. If you guys have never used a torque wrench, you start at the main number that lines up with this guy. So that's 1525, so we're a little too far right here. So 1412, and then we're gonna add, let's see here, 8. So we're gonna move this guy to 8, and that'll be 15. Boom, like that. And now we're gonna do 3 stages of torque. 2 more stages of torque on this. So let me just set this here really quickly so I can kind of give you guys an idea of what I'm doing. And once again, we're gonna come in through, and we might even just do 1 stage. So see how it's it's loose again? Because it's seated the intake manifold onto the cylinder head. So yeah, we'll do 3. We'll do 3 stages. Boom. We got 1 more to go over here. We got 1 to go over here. Okay, now we torque it. We just wait for the click. Come on, baby. There we go. Click, baby. Boom. And you notice that I'm holding my hand. I don't know if you guys can see this. I'm holding my hand to steady this so it goes in and it doesn't cockeye it and strip my bolt when I'm trying to do this. If you don't do that, you could cockeye it and strip your bolt because it'll not go on. There we go. But a bow. Boom, she's good. There we go. Boom. Last one. Boom. Technically, our intake is officially in. It's torqued in. Everything's good. I did read later on the TIS that it actually says that you can remove the you can remove the fuel rail. And I just noticed something right here. See that? There's a missing bolt on the fuel rail. They took the fuel rail off and didn't put the other bolt. All right, so next thing that we're gonna do is we got to hook up our O2 sensors now. So once again, we got our O2s routed through here. We go for the longest one, and these are marked too. So one of these was marked. So this is obviously our longest cable. So this is O2 number 1, and it like routes, like it clicks in these guys and then does like some little weird thing like this. And then this other one clicks. You can see the paint, so we know that one's the right one. And then this guy just kind of locks in here. And this one routes over here. We want to like make sure the wires are as clean as possible here. There we go. That is good to go right there. We looking beautiful so far. We are looking beautiful, chat. We are looking beautiful. All right, so now that we got that done, we can hook up our oil pressure sensor again. Make sure she's locked on here. This is good over here. So our next thing that we got to do is there's a line that kind of fell down here. And we can try the O-ring grease. So we have to get this plastic line for, I think it's the purge valve. That has to go back on. So I'm going to set this over here. I'm going to try to get the shot. Maybe not. Let me try to get the shot over here. Let me try this. There we go. Well, that's kind of all right. You guys can see what I'm going for. All right. So this guy, there's a line down here, right here. And this one has to go back on this guy right here. And I probably should put some O-ring grease, but there we go. All right, that's hooked up. Looking good, looking beautiful. We have this sensor. There's a sensor over here somewhere. We've got to find it. This is our, oh, here it is, right here. Hold on, guys. He said staged manifold trickery. Ugh. Oh, let's see here. Jesse, welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. If you guys are just joining, we're making some good progress on this 3-stage. All right, so next one that we want to hook up, you can see how these power wires like route. This is the gap that should be between your high pressure on your air conditioning. And the reason it's cut in there because the whole engine weight was resting on it because our motor mounts were broken, which is crazy. All right, so plug this sensor in. This guy's good to go. Now, before we hook up our wires, we still want a little gap here because now it's time to put our throttle body in. So what we want to do is I'm going to bring this over. You know what? Let's bring it over because we got to replace the throttle body gasket before we put this guy back in here. So I'm going to just set this here for a second. I'm going to put this at an angle right here. Let me get the throttle body. Let me get the throttle body. Voila. We got the new gasket. We got the new gasket. Boom. Just use a pick tool. Pull the guy. Ciao, ciao. Put our new gasket. Here is there's the part number if you guys can see it. Something like that. Here's the part number. Not really any order. Oh! That is not the right throttle body gasket. All right, we have to reuse the throttle body gasket because that's not the right one. That's crazy. Okay, it is what it is. It's still nice and soft, so we should be good to go. Let me get, I need to get the O-ring grease for the gazillionth actual time here. And we're just gonna put a little bit of O-ring grease. Ciao, ciao. If you guys are just joining, we are deep in the stages of doing this 3-stage intake manifold install. We had to fix a motor mount with all the bolts that were sheared. So we already got that done. And now we're in the process of buttoning up everything, make sure all our lines are connected. And we'll be up for first start here pretty soon. We're getting fairly close. And then we have to get ready to tune it. So let me just throw this right here. Make sure she's lined up. Man, this gimbal is driving me bananas, bro. This gimbal is driving me absolutely bananas. And then the flashlight is not helping either. You just want to make sure, like, it's kind of hard to see, but there we go. Just make sure you got like that the bolts, they're 10 mil bolts, but just make sure they screw in. You know what I'm saying? Ah, there we go. I think this is pretty good. And this is another one of the ones that I usually don't. Well, there's not really even a room to get a drill in here. So, damn, this thing, the gimbal freaking went crazy again. Sorry, guys. Give me 1 second here. I'll adjust it. I heard it going crazy. Oh, this gimbal is sucking today. Let me see if I can just like maybe try to get this thing to work. Oh, that's actually not too bad. We'll just like do it without the gimbal for right now. All right, so we just want a little 10 mil on here. I'm gonna get like a little extension. We're just gonna run these guys down by hand. And we're gonna go like cross between the things here. There we go. I'm not putting very much power on this. There we go. Like I said, if I had one of those little sideways drills, I could probably do that right now. There we go. You just got to make sure that this thing is like, you got to make sure that this thing is done properly. I think this is probably like 15 or 10 mils too. So we can probably, I mean, if we can get the torque wrench in there, we can probably hit it with the torque just to be proper. Let me get a little baby, extension over here. And then we can torque these guys in. I think it's 10 mil, honestly. I think it's 10 mil, but you just want to make sure this guy is definitely on all the way, or else you're going to have... Yeah, I don't think it's 15 mil, bro. I think it's 10. Because it's not clicking yet, and it feels right. Like, yeah, we ain't going any tighter than that. It's not 15. It's definitely 10. Let's go, baby. Let's go. All right, so we got our throttle body in. We're going to put this busted cable back on here, but that's good to go. Now we can put our wires and hook our wires on these little like holders right here. That'll keep them out of the way. All right, so let's not forget, we have a couple more things. We got a vacuum line, which I gotta remember where that guy went. We have a vacuum line somewhere that goes, where'd the vacuum line go? We got to figure out where that vacuum line went. Good question. And I don't think it's on the, oh, I know where the vacuum line is. It's on our aftermarket. It's on our aftermarket intake. Okay, so now that we got this done, let's remember to come over and hook our CCV hose back up to the back of our valve cover. That's extremely important. So I'm going to do that now. I'm confident that everything else is good, so we can hook that up now. I always recommend doing it last, because if you do it too soon, it's going to be a bitch to get back off. I'm just going to route this guy over here. Make sure she snaps. Yes, sir. Beautiful and snapped. Let's go, baby. All right. We making moves, baby. We making moves. All right. So we got this. We got MAF sensor right here. We have our line for the DISA. So here's our second DISA. And we can just hook this in, make sure the little tab is down. Press it in there, boom. DISAs are hooked up. MAF is sitting, so we're gonna get ready and let's throw in our aftermarket intake and see if we can get everything to line up this way. Give me 1 second, guys. Oh shit, y'all didn't hear that. All right, so if I remember correctly, it's actually a 7 mil. All right, so now we have to put, and this is actually, I like this intake. My buddy had this on his. I need to get this on mine, honestly. I need to get this on mine. So let's see what we can do here for our space. So first I'm gonna put in this heat plate here. And now we need to get this adapter. We need to get the adapter on here. Let's see, what's the big one? There's like a big one and a little one. So here's our, I think it's gonna go like this actually. Let's see here. Damn, it's freaking tough with the, it's kind of a tight fit with the, you know what I should have done? I should have put this adapter on with this guy, because there's not really a lot of room to put this this rubber piece on here. So what I'm gonna do, we're gonna take that throttle body back off, and we're gonna put the gasket for the intake on. Let me see, make sure I'm turning it the right way. There we go. Yeah, it's definitely 10 mil, bro. That's like, it feels way too tight for those bolts. Each car is a learning experience, guys. Let's see, can you even see what I'm doing? Oh yeah, you guys can see what I'm doing, bro. The stream might have locked up, I'm not sure. We got 40 people in the chat. Welcome, welcome. If you guys are just joining, we are deep in this install, man. Super, super deep in the install. I got to try to find some 10 mils for this guy, because this is where the, or no, over here somewhere is the power steering. It's supposed to have like a bracket that's supposed to go up in the air. It's missing the bracket. We'll figure it out, though. We will figure it out, y'all. We got one more. Yeah, that feels way too tight, bro. All right. Let's disconnect our freaking... Let's disconnect our hose out of the way here. And we want to get our 7 mil. Give me 1 second. I'm getting this little 7 mil socket. I had a feeling that I was going to need it. And we want to put on, I want to put this this adapter gasket. I want to put the adapter gasket on first. So I'm going to set this over here so you guys can just basically see the whole process, you know? Oh, this gimbal. Bro, I'm going to throw this gimbal away. It's crazy. This thing is really, really messing up on me today. All right, it should be a... Oh, it's... What the... Okay, it's not a 7. It's an 8 mil. I could have swore it was a 7. But luckily, I got an 8 mil on standby over here, so we gravy. Obviously, we don't want to block our bolt holes. So we want to keep this guy kind of centered as we get ready to tighten it. Now, we're just going to give this guy right here. See, it's kind of blocking our bolt hole, but I think it'll be all right. There we go. That should be leak-free right there. That should be leak-free. All right, guys. So I'm going to set this back over. Let me see if I can get an angle for you guys. Let me see if I can get an angle for you guys, dude. This gimbal is about to be thrown. Smurf, you're about to get a secondhand broken gimbal, bro. This thing is driving me absolutely bananas here. I'm going to try to like... There we go. I'm going to try this and see if we can get this to work. Maybe I can get this to work. Oh, come on. Come on, gimbal. There we go. Okay, okay. We're going to try this angle, and hopefully we can get this to work, y'all. I'm manifesting it. That should be pretty good, I guess. Something like that. Whatever. There we go. I'm cool with that. All right, so now we're going to throw our throttle body with our gasket ready to go. We're going to throw our throttle body back in. Let's put it in the right way. Oops. We put it in backwards, folks. You want to get the first two to hold on to it. I think we got it right here. Yeah. That one is on. So we're just going to put these on lightly. Make sure this guy is hooked up right. There we go. Before we tighten these things down. I definitely believe it's not 15 newton meters. It's 10 newton meters. You just kind of move this guy around until your screw goes in. There we go. But a bow. There's not really enough room to get a drill in here either. But I don't have like one of those little side drills right now. I forgot what they call it. Angle ratchet. Okay. Let me just tighten this guy down. I'm not even going to go with the drill. I'm just going to tighten it down with the old school ratchet right here. Damn, that was loose, bro. Holy crap. That one was super loose. There we go. That one was way off. Oh, I think the bottom ones are like... I feel like that one's not in. I don't think that back one, the bottom one is in. Damn it. See, that's the reason that you don't want to tighten it all the way, because you got to like... You got to get them all to line up before you tighten any of them down. Or else you'll just have to break it loose and do it all over again. Which basically looks like I'm going to have to do. As soon as I can get this guy to... Where is it? What the hell? Can't even see it. What the hell is going on here? Oh, it's the frickin'... that cable. All right, that's fun. That's fun, chat. Just like I thought, that cable was gonna give me some issues. This one is freaking... I can't even really see what I'm doing. It's one of those like... There we go. Oh. Ah, there we go. Okay. Now, I should be able to adjust this guy enough. As you can see, it's a really tight fit with this aftermarket. I think this is in. I feel like this is in. I can't even see it though. Oh boy. Damn, bro. This stupid cable. All right. Back to the drawing board on this thing. This should be going in. Yeah, that cable is going to be like this. This band is going to provide us a little bit of little issues. We got to like line it up perfectly where it has to go, because it's like it's blocking me from being able to tighten my... I feel like the thing slipped, bro. If it's not one thing, it's another when you're installing aftermarket stuff, man. All right. We'll breathe. Breathe, relax. Hold on, guys. I think the chat like locked up, dude. He said, Lucky said, did he? Well, I think we got the chat unlocked because we're getting new messages. All right, so this is going to be a little bit of a pain in the ass to do. Maybe I can just loosen those and get this guy to go in here. I would like to do that. What the... Bro. All right. Yeah, we're going to have to pull this throttle body back out. Figure out a better placement for this seal. What? Freaking nightmare. I can barely freaking get to this thing. I wonder if I can get it now. Yeah, there's something about this angle on this one over here. It's not letting me get to the frickin'... Oh, come on. Oh, yeah, this is really, really annoying, chat. Sorry. Sorry, guys. This is... This band placement has to be like... I guess it has to be like lined up perfectly, or else it will do what this damn thing's been doing. Come on. Let go of the frickin' thing. What the fuck? Okay. Oh, that's so close. How the hell? I can't even tell if this thing is freaking turning it. I can't even get this guy on, bro. What the hell? What is going on there? Bro. What the fuck? Oh, this fucking thing is a nightmare, dude. I can't even get to this frickin'... Okay. Wow, this thing is fun, dude. Bruh. All right. I gotta try to get this band off because I can't even get the freaking bolt off there. Let's get this damn thing out of here. Okay. Chat. You guys see what I got to deal with, bro? Is it good luck getting that thing back in? It's evil. Right? I'm feeling that right now, dude. I'm feeling that. That is freaking nuts. So maybe we actually have to... Here's what I'm thinking, y'all. We might actually have to put this in and then put the gasket on after we bolt up the throttle body, bro. Because it doesn't give me enough room to tighten the bolts once we put that in. So we're just gonna, let's just do that. Every time you're working on a car, man, there's always something, bro. There's always something. When you're working with aftermarket parts, there's always something that wants to challenge your patience. And the main thing is to be able to get that bolt out, because you got to make sure all these are lined up or you're going to have like misfires because your air fuel mixture is going to be off on the car. I feel that is in. Yeah, that one's in. Okay, so we got those. Let me get this last one. Let's get this damn thing torqued in, and then we'll just figure out where we have to put that C-clamp. I mean, the band. All right. Welcome, if you guys are joining. We're in the wonderful world of BMW mechanic work. We're sitting here problem solving as we're going along here. All right, so our throttle body is in. We're back to square one here. Now, we got to figure out how we're going to get this aftermarket band on and be able to tighten it. I think it's going to have to go like that. There we go. I mean, that actually seems pretty good. Yeah, that seems pretty good, honestly. All right. So, now let's just see if we can get our 8mm in there, tighten that band. We could try to bring it to the top, but I think our best chance for this guy is to tighten this clamp on the bottom, because it seems like we have the best room. It is tightening though. Yes. Okay. We have, finally, this thing is on. Now we just have to find our cable that we unplugged. All right, now we just have to find the throttle body cable, which just went somewhere while we're doing this. I think this is it. All right, throttle body cable. Check. Check. Check, y'all, check. Let's go. All right, now we can find it. Hey, Easy Money, what's up, dog? All right, baby, so now we should be able to get our final. So this is supposed to route underneath. Like, it's supposed to route over here. Like, there's supposed to be a bracket right here. and somebody took the bracket off. I'm not sure exactly. We'll deal with that. We'll deal with that in a little bit here. Let's get this intake in here. This is the engine, like, aftermarket intake. Now we have to get this V-band on here, which is going to be a little bit fun. I think this should be good. There we go. We run it a little bit sideways. All right. This freaking hose is causing me issues. Come on. Oh, the fun of getting this guy. It's a really, really tight fit. Come on. Oh, it almost popped in. Come on. Bastard. Oh, there. Okay. Whoo. All right, chat. Hold on, chat. We gotta tighten this. There we go. Okay. So we got it. We got it pressed in. And now, once again, we're gonna move these wires out of the way because I need a little bit more room, because now we gotta tighten the band clamp. We gotta fish out our MAF sensor cable. I'm pretty happy with this. I think this guy is in pretty decent. I think I'm gonna try putting this on the drill because the angle of this is not very fun. I think I can put this on the drill, because you want to make sure that this guy is like even on the pipe, like that. Up, she slipped off, bruh. She slipped off. This thing is definitely going to be fun. We don't want to tighten it too much, or else it'll just happen what exactly just happened a second ago. Oh, this is freaking... This cable's kind of a nightmare. We're going to tighten it, and then we're going to hit it with the drill. I mean, not the drill, but... Oops. Okay. Now, I'm going to do it on the ratchet for the final. For the ratchet on the final right here. Or maybe I'll just do it with the extension. Extension and the ratchet for the final. All right, here we go. Boom. And now we just have to be real careful. Honestly, I think that's a good seal, y'all. I don't want it to slip. That's pretty good. I'm happy with that. James, welcome to the stream. Welcome, welcome. All right, y'all. So now we got to route. We have our vacuum line that goes to the top of our CCV. So let me just get this on the The gimbal here. Gimbal sucks, man. We're gonna get a new one, dude. For reals. Damn, we got 22 people in the stream. There's more people leaving at this point, which is crazy. Okay, anyway, there's our vacuum. So now we got our vacuum hooked up. This gimbal is literally getting on my last nerves here, y'all. Hold on, chat. We need to adjust this gimbal. Smurf, I'm about to throw this gimbal, bro. All right. Once again. So now we got our vacuum. We got our vacuum hooked up. I think there's supposed to be like a little clip. We can't really do much for our fuel line because somebody broke the little like hanger. So it's just gonna like sit there loose. We got our lines here. Bada bow. We got our lines right here. Bada bow. Let's see if we missed anything. Oh, we got the MAF sensor cable. I can see it right here. So I gotta fish this guy out. Right there. Plug in our MAF. Right here. All right, MAF is plugged in. We're gonna have the power steering just kind of be setting here. That'll be like the best it can do, but now this thing is properly put in the right place. And honestly, I think before we tune it, I think we could do the first start. Because remember, you can put the 3-stage intake in without tuning it, and it'll still run. Billy, what's up, bro? He says, is it a Hellcat? No, it's not a Hellcat. It's a 325i. We just finished fixing the motor mount, and we just put a 3-stage intake. We're getting ready for the tune. Although I do see something wrong right here. Y'all see the crack in the oil cap? That is not good. This thing needs a new oil cap, like ASAP, because that'll ruin the crankcase pressure. That'll cause some issues. I think we're pretty close to the first start though, y'all. Let me check the power. Damn, bro, we on 21%. I need to hook up a power cable. You guys enjoying the stream, man? Is everybody enjoying the stream? We got 24 likes, so they must be. All right, we're rocking along here. We got to go inside and get the car keys. And I want to clear the codes before I start the car. And then we'll get ready for the tune. I might have to take like a little break and charge my phone for the tune process, because I have to get my screens out here set up to be able to run the tune. So, but let's see what we can. At least we got power now. Let me get some water, y'all. I'm like pretty thirsty. Let's see, what time is it right now? Oh yeah, we've been going for 2 hours, bro. I've been going for 2 hours. I drank my coffee this morning, but I haven't even had one sip of water for the last 2 hours. So I'm just gonna put this right here. All right, y'all. All right, we are rocking. We are rocking. All right, I just have to find the 10. Damn, this gimbal is literally getting replaced today, bro. I am so over this thing. I don't know if it bugs you guys as much, but every time the camera like starts messing up, it's because the gimbal keeps on dying back to back to back to back. Like, it's literally just non-stop going crazy, bro. All right, let's go inside the house and get the keys. We need to clear the codes. Well, actually, we don't even really need to clear the codes. We can just do initial start. Oh, it's nice and cold in here. Oh, it feels good in here, chat. It feels really good in here. Let's see here. Gotta find the keys. All All right. I got the keys, y'all. He said, hey, back up to the meth lab I just saw. Hey, Cruz, you're funny, dog. So you want to see the new, this is the new wall chart right here, y'all. So A, I got the findfixxflip merch designs in the process. And B, we have, on the back, we have our car projects. So we got quite a bit of, quite a bit of stuff going on, bro. We got a lot of stuff going on. I'll show you guys the clothes later if I have time. But they're gonna be dope. And my hands are way too dirty to do any kind of clothes stuff right now. See, I could be swimming in a pool, but I'm having a stream for you guys, so. And these are all the other project cars that we got for the channel. You guys can just see, like, we got mad beamers here. We got all kinds of stuff. All right, so the final, just for the first start, we need to take, the thing I don't like, honestly, I don't like this. Oh, they painted it. Okay. I was gonna say, it looked like when, I could see the seal. Is that the seal? That doesn't look proper, chat. That doesn't look proper at all. Bro, this gimbal is going crazy, bro. No, Raymond, it's not a Hellcat. All right, so I got my 10. We're gonna hook up the battery really quick. Give me 1 second, chat, because this gimbal is testing my patience. We don't need the light anymore. Bro. All right, gimbal. This gimbal, hold on, guys. I'm gonna do something that I've been needing to do for a minute. I'm just gonna set this gimbal up a totally different way without this stupid gimbal piece, because this is not working. And this works way better, so we're just gonna do this. Now I don't have to worry about the frickin', there we go. All right, so now at least I can hold like a semi-stable shot without this stupid thing dying on me every few minutes. It's like, this setup is slightly unnerving. I just need to hook up the 10 and get ready and power up the car. It's gonna have a lot of codes, but we're not tuning it just yet, so. Let me see here. Let's go, baby. Let me just turn the camera around. I'm getting a new phone today, too. You guys can't see it on your end, but my screen I can barely see. And this gimbal is driving me absolutely freaking bananas. This gimbal has been draining my life energy today. For reals. All right, so let's just flip this around. I'm gonna put our power back on. Boom. If you guys are just joining, we are getting ready for the first start after installing the 3-stage intake. We haven't tuned it yet. I don't like that. Hold on 1 second here. That moves around. I don't want that moving around. Come on, hold on. I need to set this down really quickly here, so I can make sure this guy is. Damn, bro, I don't like that. Why is that so loose? There we go. That is good. You guys ready for this? Car's been down about 4 or 5 days. This will be the first time It's been started since we put the new intake, since we fixed the motor mounts. And everything else, I'm just making sure everything's out of the way. Everything else seems to be good. We got our bent piece over there. Everything should be gravy for the first start, y'all. Let's go. Hold on, I think the stream locked up too. It keeps doing that. Maybe it locked up, I don't know. No, maybe it didn't lock up. All right, we got 41 people in the chat. You guys ready? First start, baby. First start, man. Let's go, chat. Let's go, chat. Sounds like we got a healthy engine right there. I'll let her warm up a little bit, and then we'll give it a little gas. So far, the engine, you can tell there's no misfires. The engine's completely smooth now that we got that motor mount attached. Everything is good to go. You can hear everything working. Let's go, baby. This is the first step. We haven't even tuned it yet. But this car never ran so good right here. Let's go, chat. Let's go. That is a healthy N52 right there, bro. That is a healthy N52. You guys can hear that. You can tell there's no vacuum leaks or nothing like that because there's no hesitation in the pedal. Everything is good right there. Let's go. All right, chat. So here's what we're going to do. Here's what we're going to do. It's 12 o'clock. I'm going to make some lunch, relax for a few minutes, get all my tools organized and everything like that. Then I'm going to get the screen set up, and then I'm going to go live for the 325i to 330i tune. I'm going to show you guys how I do it, show you how you're supposed to do it. The only difference is going to be, it's going to be a little bit hard for you guys to get the software. Like, you can find it, it's kind of difficult, and it's a real pain in the ass to hook up. Like, I spent hours like hooking up all the back end to get it working. But because I have the E89 chassis, I already have the software hooked up for the E89 chassis, and it's all the E92s and E90s. So we will be back in about 30 minutes to an hour. I appreciate everybody. I appreciate all the subs. If you guys sub, if you didn't, what are you guys waiting for? If you like this content, you like this live stuff, we're also going to be going live from the car meet tonight around 7 o'clock. Between 7 and 8, we're going to be doing live from the car meet. So if you guys want to go look at a bunch of cars, see how the Vegas scene is, we're going to do that. And make sure you turn on your notifications so you know when I go live again. And I'll see you guys on the next live in 1 hour, 30 minutes to an hour, I promise. All right, see you then.